Today's video is going to be about a hot topic, protein. Protein is all the rage right now in the weight loss, fitness, and wellness industry, and it is a very important macro. Protein is crucial for sleep, muscle building and recovery, and also to make sure our organs are functioning properly. In today's video, I'm going to simplify protein to help you understand what are the best sources for you. I'm Jessica Leibovich. I've been a nutritional chef for 25 years where I help VIP and elite clients reach their weight loss and healing goals. Oftentimes we do this through perfecting macro ratios and tracking macros. I also am the research and development chef for a high-level protein bar company that is about to launch any day now. Our protein bar scored a 1.0 on the PDCAAS scale, which means that it is the highest score it can achieve, and it means it has all 9 essential amino acids and is highly digestible. When you are selecting your protein, you want to make sure you are getting 80% of your protein from complete protein sources. That is going to be harder to do if you are selecting from plant-based sources than if you are selecting from animal-based sources. Animal-based sources are almost always complete proteins, with the exception of collagen peptides. When it comes to plant-based sources, not all of them are complete. Some of them are, like soy, chia, hemp, but legumes and nuts are not. Even if you select from the complete sources of plant-based, it can be difficult to get the amount that you need from those sources. So making sure that you have complete protein when you are selecting protein sources is key. This is also a factor when you are selecting a protein powder, because protein powders often come in whey or plant-based. And oftentimes whey gets a bad rap because people think dairy is bad. But as I said, sometimes plant-based is not complete, and whey is always going to be a complete protein. When you're picking a protein powder, and if you select whey, there are a lot of different options. There's whey isolate, there's whey concentrate, and there's casein. Whey isolate is great for post-workouts. It's a very fast release protein. It typically is the most expensive, and it has about 90% protein. However, it leaves your system so fast that oftentimes it doesn't keep you full for very long, so it's not great for a meal replacement. Concentrate is about 70 to 80% protein, but it stays in your system a little bit longer, so it helps you stay full. So if you're looking for a meal replacement shake, concentrate is a better option for you. And then there's casein. Casein has a much different texture. It's much softer, and it stays in your system for a lot longer than the other two. It is what I call a slow release protein. So I like to use that as a nighttime shake. In our protein bar, we actually use all 3 plus collagen. The reason we do this is because each serves a different function. The isolate hits fast and gives you full, complete protein. The concentrate provides great satisfaction and allows you to stay full a little bit longer. And the casein has slow release, so it provides a wonderful option for meal replacement. The collagen supports recovery, and it's great for your hair and nails, as well as your skin. When you're looking at whole foods, you want to look at not only your preferences, but your macro ratios. A lot of the mistakes people make are they pick proteins that they think are healthy, but they aren't the right fat protein ratio. For example, when I first started tracking my macros, I thought salmon was a great choice. But when I looked closer, I realized salmon has about 25 to 30 grams of protein for every 15 to 20 grams of fat. When I only was allowed about 55 grams of fat per day, it was causing me to go over my fats very easily, and I was still hungry and I wasn't hitting my protein. When I switched to flank steak, which is about 30 to 35 grams of protein to about 10 to 12 grams of fat, I was easily hitting my protein and I was a lot more satisfied. This is also a factor when you're eating eggs, because eggs have about 6 grams of protein to every 5 grams of fat. So it's very easy to go over your fat to get the amount of protein that you need. One way to get around this is to mix egg whites with egg yolks. For example, you would mix 4 egg whites with 2 egg yolks. So you're bumping up the protein. Things like Greek yogurt and cottage cheese are really great ways to incorporate more protein in your diet, especially for snacks, and also things like sliced turkey for a snack or low-fat cheeses. There are a lot of different ways that you can get your protein, but the most important thing is, are you satisfied? Is it something that you enjoy? And that is key, because if you don't enjoy it, you are not going to stick with it. And that's something that a lot of people struggle with, because they don't like to eat a lot of protein. They might prefer things that are higher in carbs. So if you can make things delicious that are high in protein, you are going to be ahead of the game. Some of the ways that I incorporate this is I will take a slice or two of turkey, and I make sure I use the turkey with no nitrates or fresh roasted turkey from the store. And I spread a little Dijon mustard on it. I add some arugula and maybe put a slice of cucumber and some cherry tomatoes in there. I roll it up, and that will be my snack. And that is very satisfying and very delicious. Also, what I do is hard-boiled eggs with some olives or pickles. That's something that I have as a snack, and it's very delicious. Another option is to look for things like chicken sausage that have good macro ratios. There's one that I purchased at the store that has 13 grams of protein and only 3 grams of fat. So in the morning, I can have 2 of those with 1 egg, and it gets me to 30 grams of protein just at breakfast. The way that I make this easy is I use my puzzle method. And my puzzle method is incorporated in my No Deprivation Guide to Weight Loss. So if you need help with this, that would be a great resource for you. But what my puzzle method is it allows you to build a puzzle for the day with foods that you love. And you will hit your macro ratios by building your puzzle. Your puzzle is basically just your meals, but you build it with foods that you love, and it allows you to see what food has the most macros and what is taking up the most space. So if you want a treat or you want a glass of wine, it's very easy to see how much of your macros that's taking up. And it's easy to plug and play. That's why I love it. It's basically just a spreadsheet. And you can do very similar things with fitness apps, but it's more difficult to plug and play on the apps. So that's why I love doing it on the spreadsheet with my puzzle method. And this is something that I can support you with. If you struggle with meeting your protein needs and you just don't know how to get there, or you're not sure how much you should have, this is one of my zones of genius. I can help you hit this with the foods that you love. So reach out. There's a link in the description to hop on a call with me, and we can get you there, no problem. I hope this video helped you understand the different types of protein and what types of protein are best for you. But if you have questions, make sure you leave them in the comments, and I can always do a follow-up video. Until the next video, stay glowing.